I think it was 4 years ago, I came to South by and I had one show because we were on like this little tour. I mean, it was fun because we got to like do a bunch of stuff because I didn't really have shows, but also I was 19, so I couldn't get into any shows. Like I spent like most of South by standing on the curb, but it was fun. I'm excited to be back and to have multiple shows, and feels like I'm really doing it this time in a way. Pink Skies was the first thing that kind of showed me that sometimes more complicated isn't better. And I think it showed me to like trust myself in a way. When I made that song, it was like a real rough demo that I made in my basement, and I was excited about it, but we were gonna try to re-record it and like reproduce it. We had all this sort of stuff we were gonna do. And eventually I was just like, no, let's just put out the rough draft, like literally just that. And we didn't really have any music on streaming at the time either, so it was sort of like testing, I don't know, man, the stars just aligned, like it just worked. So I think in terms of your question, from then to now, I think that song gave me the confidence to be like, okay, I can blend these different sides of myself and still make a dope song. I don't have to like just do this type of song or just do this type of song. So, with my music now, I feel like that opens me up a lot. Plus, just having a song like that is as successful as it is in whatever, in terms of like underground kind of shit, it gives you a lot of freedom to do other things because you have that song. It's like a really fortunate thing to have, just like for your numbers, for like, because it's like, if you don't have a song like that, you're working harder to get people to listen to your new album, your new music, whatever. And I feel very grateful and like lucky that because that song is done so well, now when I drop something, the people that like that song, at least they hear it. They might not like it as much, but they're gonna hear it. And I think it's really cool. Like I've got fans that just love Pink Skies, like more than anything. I've got fans that really care about all the other music, and like Pink Skies, they're like, yeah, Pink Skies is dope, but this is, and I think it's really cool to see, man. Like I really don't ever get tired of people telling me that like Pink Skies has impacted them or means, I mean, I know it's common to get a little bit of that, like if you have like one song that's exponentially bigger than your other music, you can get a little fatigued from just like talking about it, but at the same time, it's like, it's a crazy thing to have a song that hits people like that, that people connect to on such a level that they're telling you like, I want you to sing this at my wedding, like whatever, it's crazy. It's very like, I just have to remind myself all the time, like there are people who would love to have this song, or who would love to have a song like this or an opportunity like this. And I kind of apply that to every opportunity that I get, in the sense that like, if I'm on tour and I'm like exhausted, feeling like terrible, haven't eaten, whatever it is, and I've been driving for hours and all this stuff, I have to remind myself like, bro, you're on tour. Like this is what I've always dreamed of doing. And the hard work part of it like is a good thing. I like feeling like I'm working hard on the thing that I care about, that I put all this time into. So that's my very long-winded answer to that question. When I put out my album in 2019, it took that album like 2 years to get to 1 million streams. And it took Kingfisher like 4 months. The only reason I say that is like, it's a whole different feeling. You know what I mean? To be looking at something and it's like, you can see people supporting you in real time. And I think, I loved that album. I made it during quarantine. I think a lot of people took the time to like work on stuff during quarantine because you don't have other stuff to do. And I'm really happy with that album. I'm proud of it. I'm definitely someone that I'm always thinking about the next thing. But I think with Kingfisher, like, I really believe when you have a project that you care about, you should really push it for as long as you absolutely can, so that as many people can find out about it before you start dropping new music. And, so I think this year it's gonna be about like giving people more music than I normally do throughout the year. I'm planning an album in my head, but I'm not working on an album specifically right now. I think it's just like making songs, letting things come to me a little bit. And I said to my manager at the beginning of the year, like, it's about dropping music and playing shows. Like this year is just about like spreading that word of mouth as much as we can, because that's kind of always how we've played. Especially like how I've played my career is like, I want a grassroots fan base. I want to meet people face to face. Like I want to build that relationship, because if you have like a huge hit single pop off, like go up on TikTok or whatever it is, you got people all over the world that know the words to your song and have no fucking idea what you look like. You know what I mean? And like don't want to come to your show. And like, so the other option, like the way we're doing it, it takes longer. But this is the first year, you know, and all this time we've been doing it, where I'm starting to feel like, okay, like this is sort of like the big leagues now, you know, like we're getting some different opportunities, some different looks. And you know how the music industry is, man, like not everybody can blow up at once. It takes time, it takes like focus. You have to constantly improve. I think like, I always tell people like always try to drop something better than what you dropped before. You know, like even if your fans don't agree or what, like, you know, court of opinion, you should feel like this shit is crazy, right? Like that was cool, this is crazy. So that's what I'm trying to do right now is like switch up the sound, you know, like push the boundaries of what I can do a little bit and just see where we go. I think this year, like the sky is the limit, you know, we're trying to get as many shows as we can. So yeah, hopefully it goes like that. Yo, this is Wiley from Atlanta at South by Southwest with Variance magazine. Y'all fuck with me, fuck with the kid, and Variance. Love y'all, thank you so much.